Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the first match, final week of Season 57. And we begin this week in Kyber 2, about where we've been for the most part of this season, that 3,400 skill rating. And this season has been going very well. Each week we have been in a position to go 3-0, winning our first two matches, and then in that final match, either getting close like we did during week 1 or week 2, just everything went wrong. And we're going to break down our history for the second week. With our round 1 opponent, we won this. Very close, though. Opponent attempted JMK with Plo up against my Leia, and we get a hold there. Use JML to clean it up. Kind of an expensive... No, that's an appropriate counter. She can be a pain to clean up. And then Trench with Watt and Dooku, and you should be using Dooku as the second. Jango is actively easier to beat than the Dooku versions in 3v3, and he used some weaker counters, though. Veers, Bastila, Wampa. So that's disrespecting Trench. And Trench gets way too much disrespect. He's a solid Grand Arena contributor. Ultimately goes down by Fennec. Then the Tuskens. Here's just not really understanding the mechanics. I know it's not terrible. Kelleran's not understanding the mechanics because that's single target. You gotta have AoEs, like Grievous at least had the AoEs. I understand what he's doing with the Night Sisters. I've attempted the same. It's just that Raider prioritizes going after Daka, so it messes that up. Although Marin would make that a little bit more complicated. You can see he's just using some really weak counters, and this is why I like using Gear 12 characters on, or even Gear 11 characters, on these Amis or Zetas or kit mechanics that are very strong. This is somebody who just saw the Gear 12 and kept disrespecting. Like, he thought he could cheap it out with Sidious. Like, there's no way that was gonna work. That is way too soft of a character and counter. Ultimately finishes by blowing it up with Dash, which probably would have been a better first attempt. Round 2, this was a default win. This opponent, he was technically the strongest roster of the bracket, but everything went really well for me in this one. Versus the final match, this guy had a really tough defense, and I just played it wrong. A couple things didn't go my way. My Ray counter failed, and then after my Ray counter failed, it's the thing that I've said in the past, where if you gamble using the Starkiller counter and it doesn't work, it's pretty tough if you don't have other options. And based on the defense he had, I didn't really have a bunch of other options. And I didn't use the Cere Junda lead because I needed Cere Junda to counter another team on his defense. And then one thing I had attempted was I used Aphra up against Pao, or Qadme with Pao, and I took out Pao. And I thought, okay, Pao's off the board. Yes, I had the Master Qui-Gon Datacron, but I figured we could clean it up. It wouldn't be too difficult at that point because Pao is the attacker, and that was a very wrong assumption. That is going to be a team that I don't mess around with moving forward. Now, this opponent, we did get a hold or two. Dark Trooper Moff holding up to BANE. That's impressive. That's a very impressive result, but I took him off the defense this time because I'm pretty sure I'm going to need him as a counter. And then a third sister here attempted gas and then tried going up against Boss Nass, but you can see my defense did well. He couldn't clear this sector, but at that point it didn't matter. I couldn't clear enough of him. For my first opponent of the week, the Legend is my opponent. 12.3 million GP, about a million GP on me, and everyone's kind of keeping pace. Nobody's really a big outlier within the GP range. Got 330 Zetas, so that's a bunch of Zetas, but not atypical for the bracket. Amis, he's at 34. I am second. There's one player in here with 44 Amis, but I've got a decent lead on my opponent there. 8 GLs. Everyone in the bracket has 8 GLs, but I think what we're seeing is we're starting to see Kyber 1 players dropping from inconsistent 3v3 play. And that is true with my opponent, but he's already attacked and he did fine. But he did not attack at all during week 1 of 3v3. But maybe that's because he was going up against Kyber 1 opponents and didn't want to put in the work, and then as he fell to the lower end of Kyber 2, now he feels like throwing his weight around. Kind of what I'm feeling with his play. Then Relic units, he's at 249. That's good. It is good enough for number 1 in the bracket. This is arguably the top account in the bracket. In terms of tier total, there's one guy beating him, but he is second with the relic tiers. With the distribution, he is very strong, but not as scary as some. There's another guy here with 34 tier 9s. I hope I don't have to face him later, because I had a face account like that last week. Actually, we did beat him though. We did beat that guy. The guy I couldn't beat was a little bit more, probably closer to this opponent actually in terms of how he looked. Now with 6-dot mods, he's got excellent mods. Counts are excellent. He's definitely in the top half. I'm like right in the middle. I'm keeping pace with everybody. Datacrons, he is good, but I don't know how scary. We're looking at Relic 8 and 9s on GLs. He's got Triple Omni, Relic 9 Malgus, Relic 9, everybody has Relic 9 Raddus. Iden Noami, Starkiller, Dash, Wamps. We got a Savage, Traya, Aphra, everybody with Aphra, Qui-Gon, Swolo, Zorii, all of that. One player in the bracket without Third Sister. He's got a single Ami on Third Sister and at Relic 8, and a little bit slower. We got CRex here, Triple Ami, Malicos, Relic 8, and then his Bodalore looks good, Double Ami, BANE looks good, his Jar Jar. One player in the bracket without Jar Jar. This is a really strong set of opponents. This is much harder than last week, and kind of in the same range as last week. And one person in this bracket with a 6-star Profundity. Everybody else has everything. Taking a look at his mods, this is probably going to be really good. This is going to be a concern. Let's see here. Organize this by speed. And we are looking for Zorii, who is right there. And actually, his final 300 speed character is the Dark Trooper at 301 speed. Grand Inquisitor's at 299. So that puts me at 40. Or 48. No, it's 6 rows. At 48 characters, which is only like 5, maybe 4 more than me. I think I just added a new, that was yesterday, so technically I have one new character at 300 speed or higher, but that's not during this lock-in. I think it was like Master Qui-Gon or somebody when I was doing the assault battle last night. Now, all this looks pretty good. You can see Great Mother not there. Let me look at the bottom of his roster real quick. I mean, that's not 100% accurate because we are looking at speed. You can get a sense of what's undeveloped here. Everything looks good. This is a solid opponent. He has attacked first. I know how he performed. He did great. I overhauled my defense last night, thinking I needed to beef up my front wall. I'm still gonna keep tweaking my defense because this back wall is significantly weaker than it was. I used to have Lord Vader back there, Third Sister, Gungans. I had a beefy back wall, and that created more problems. I'm going to go back to a version of that, although I like the various teams that I put down here. I think I just need to rearrange them, because I instead try to do a strong front wall, and he just one-shot everything, except for Fleet. We did get one hold on Fleet. Now, we got CLS, Jabba, CRex, Qadme, and Rogue One. Although Rogue One I probably should have for offense. And then we got Inquisitors. Dash is trying something. Saw, Gungans, and Leia. Not a great defense, but solid. And considering I'm 2 GLs short of this guy, I was happy with it. Now my opponent, we got Mon Mothma Pao. That one can be tough. Kelleran with Barriss and CRON. Then we got CLS, Qui-Gon, and this Bast JML team that's returned because of this Wat CRON. It's been quite popular. We did have to face it once. I'm hoping the same counter works, because otherwise we don't have ideal things. Then we got Qadme, Leia, Third Sister, Jabba, and Rey Swolo. I think we're going to start with Rey Swolo because we're going to do the thing that decides if we're going to have a good day or a bad day every single time. We've been using Attacker Crowns. I have really been liking the Attacker Crown with this. Yeah, we're going to do the speed up, and this is because I want to save my Cere Malicos for another counter. Actually, I think we are going to be using that up against that Bastila JML. So this is why I'm making this gamble. Although, if this doesn't work, like what happened last week, this could be the match. So let's get to it. What kind of day are we having? Really, I should save this for later, just so if it does go poorly, I'm in a better mood. Because when I lose this battle... Although, when I lost this last week, it was with a Barriss version. I'm less concerned about these Cal versions. Let's go for a stun and hit that stagger. Although, Lifeblood's over there. You know what? We're going to hit Rey a couple times. I want her to... Yeah, we're gonna dispel. Don't like it. Oh, already? Yeah, let's do it. Okay. There's that damage immunity. We got shock, so let's get the heal on a free turn. Now we'll hit Swolo. Damage immunity on Swolo. Awesome. This is why I like the attacker CRON, because you get to the ultimate quick. Okay. But the reason I lost up against that Barris last week is waiting for these damage immunities to come off. Oh, I gotta hit this inspired. Okay. Because now she's gonna go into her stance, and I'm waiting for these to come on. Let's just get some debuffs. Take your turn. Yeah, see. Let's get rid of these inspired. That's fine. Let's stun. And spread some shocks. Okay, take your turn. Let's get rid of that protection up. Come on. I would like to edit videos tonight. A few things we should talk about. Okay, we're good. We didn't get blown up like I did last week. That attack right there just blew up, not just my Palpatine, which does happen sometimes, blew up my Starkiller too, which I could not believe. Shocked. And very frustrated and disappointed. Alright, now what I have been doing with Third Sister is I have been doing, this is where I've been using my Cere Malicos. We're not doing that this time. We're gonna do Traya. So Traya, Savage, and where are you at? Nihilus. I need to be working on using the presets. I messed up in Territory Wars yesterday. I used BANE with a Sith Empire squad. It's just, you can't tell who these characters are, and when you're clicking fast, like I try to be extra careful during Grand Arena, but other game modes I'm not as careful. Alright, we'll increase cooldowns. I am concerned. I do not like doing this. I hate this. Alright, we'll hit 7th. Little heal there. Let's try and increase cooldowns. We got it. That's good. Alright, here we go. There's our Annihilate. I also could have tried Malgus, but the reason I didn't do Malgus is because we're going to try Malgus up against that Mon Mothma team. And then the other version would have been... and the reason I haven't been using Traya up against this squad is Gungans. I've been keeping Traya to deal with Gungans, but this opponent, at least based on his history from last week, doesn't use Gungans on defense. And I'm hoping that continues. Alright, this is a tough front wall. He's concentrated a lot of firepower here. Do I want to do this right now? We're not going to do it. Relic 8s? I'm concerned. I don't like... We gotta use presets. Now, there's a couple things I could do here. Do I want stun? No, that's not going to do anything. This light side tank revive is I want to get more of these during the next conquest. I really like it with this squad, and especially if you're going up against like a JMK mirror, it is awesome. We did it in one of the matches in the past, and maybe in 2 matches the past 2 weeks. Like I think 1 each week at Grand Arena. This though, we may stick with attacker crons, just because I like the extra attacking. Basic speed up or dots, or I don't want to take the Sabine one. Let's just use this. I need to re-roll that. Keep forgetting to. I hate it. All right, I actually don't feel great about this, because this can lose up against the really good ones, and he might have a really good one. Because you can tell from the relic levels, like, if the Bosch is fast enough. Alright, Chrysanthemum down, and revive. Oh, the tank revive. Okay. Still. That's something I've been wondering, like, is that tank revive on a Jabba squad? Is that desirable? I haven't actually faced it. And is it a tank cron? It is a tank cron. I just really like the support cron on Jabba. Okay. Alright, we'll throw an armor shred, that's fine. We gotta buy time anyway. Yeah, we'll do this. Okay, here we go. Alright, trip the alt. Okay, Leia's down. Now it's all into Jabba. We're gonna ignore Chrysanthemum. And this is part of the reason why I haven't been concerned with reviving Chrysanthemum, because you can just ignore him. Alright, we got that healing immunity. We are close. Next turn we got another armor shred. And that's might be enough to do it. It should be enough. Yep. Alright. And now here it doesn't matter. Alright, let's talk some nonsense. Okay. Agatha all along, episode 2. No, not episode 2, episode 3. I definitely liked it. I guess, am I going to post that video? Because we're behind. Jeez, that happened too fast. So I know we talked about the first episode of Agatha in one of these videos. I guess let's give it a minute. Okay, Qadme. Let's just play this. This is gonna be C Leia. Where are you at? Is that you? Yeah, that's you. Bane. And I need more of these attacker crowns. I wish I had more of these. Not the dots. Doesn't apply. I guess it has to be this. So one thing I was feeling about Agatha, and it's a show I like, but I'm kind of in a wait and see mode with it. Like, I'm not convinced that it knows what it's doing. That might be more with just frustration from Marvel and really Disney, because it also applies to Lucasfilm, of just them consistently putting out really mediocre things. Let's do this. But so far so good. But it's also like really charming actors. Like, I really like Catherine Hahn. I like Aubrey Plaza. It's kind of not a surprise, and it's kind of something that I've been feeling about based on like certain podcasts or things that I've been reading. They're like winning, charming actors, so there's been just a lot of goodwill that has been put towards the show that I don't feel convinced it's really earned yet. But I did really like the first episode, and it was just like, I feel like I need to manage this for a moment. I liked the first episode, but I kind of wanted more of it. like, I know what it's doing. You have this whole meta thing going on. It ties back to WandaVision. You have this nice transition episode. And then they kind of transition into more of this, like, Wizard of Oz style, follow the yellow brick road concept. But I really liked Catherine Hahn in this, like, Mayor of Easttown format. And then it ends. And I would have been happy to stick there for another episode or two, just dealing with that mystery. And it just made me feel like I would like to watch that show. I would like to see Catherine Hahn in like a police procedural. Because it's not really the type... She's done a lot of comedic roles. Like her almost entire career has been those types of roles. Rather than like stage stuff, which I don't know anything about. But that... Let me see here. I'm a little concerned. I don't like how this is going. Yeah, I do not like how this is going. All right, we're gonna auto. I think this might be a loss. I think this is a loss, which is tough on banners because we have no wiggle room. This has happened once before. Usually, it's also why I didn't want to auto, because I just felt like I needed to manage it, but yeah. I just got to add relics to my Bane and fix the modding on my Bane, because I need this to win consistently. Or there's also, I also need to prioritize unlocking SLKR. It's just, I really don't want to be a 7 GL account. And I would prefer to get GL Ahsoka next, but I was looking at what I would have to do to get SLKR, and it's nothing. It's like 2 relic levels on Kylo and crew, and that's it. I mean, at that point... But I gotta have a better counter for Leia. But that's fine. Oh, I don't have a preset for this because we are doing a new thing that I haven't watched anything on. Alright, we're gonna do Moff Gideon lead. I've been seeing variations on this. I'm not sure it matters, but I feel like I want to do Dark Trooper Moff Gideon just because I feel like I want something I can trust. Like, Death Trooper is so fragile. I don't trust that. Although he could... No, I don't trust it. I'd rather do this. Because I saw so many variants in the history, I don't think it matters. But saving Gideon would give me another squad. And we could do that. I think we're gonna do I really want to... We're gonna do it. I don't think it matters. As long as all of this is correct. Let's do it. Okay. So it pops out. He revives. Now we strip turn meter. See, I should have done Moff Gideon. I already feel like this is going terribly. Yeah, don't like that. Alright. Hate it. Alright, we're gonna... It's just we keep getting to do AoEs. Is that what's going on? Okay. Yes, which one do I want? What are the effects? So inflicted debuff, gain a buff. I would stealth, turn meter. Recover health and protection. Inflict whenever... Yeah, let's go with the... Well, let's do the armor shred. And let's strip the turn meter. Okay. There we go. Great. Okay. Yeah. I felt like death was going to do nothing. But not that we're going to need it, but now we do have an option with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. How have we been doing this? Like, I could do JML. What was I using Kelleran for? I was doing Kelleran. I just kind of want to do Kelleran because well, is that going to work here? It definitely works in 5v5. Does it work here? What does this CRON do? Turn meter, health stacking, crit damage stacking. I don't know. Or something like Anakin or something. I kind of want to hold on to JML, but that might be a mistake. But I kind of need to win this. I checked my history. Kelleran definitely doesn't work. Does work in 5v5 though. This is what we're going to do because this is what I had to do last time. I tried JML. That week where this happened to me, it was week 1. Same thing happened. My C-Bane didn't clear it. I did attempt JML as my cleanup, and that failed too. And this is how I ultimately got through it, and we are going to do the same thing. Because what's this CRON? Is it a tank CRON? Is that what's going on? Yeah, it's this tank CRON. Alright, bring out the droid. We throw down a torture. Get a couple attacks in. But until the mastery gets high enough, this is going to take a minute. Yeah, so that basically covers, we're going to return to talking about Agatha. So the first episode, I liked quite a bit, but then it ends, it transitions into the other element. I like that mystery that was being established of, it was like, okay, what's happening with Agatha? Where's the show going? What's it going to be? And it very quickly resolves that. And then the second episode is, let's put the team together. And that I didn't care so much about. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't a story that I was compelled to follow and really wondering what was going to happen. This third episode, though, was better. But it kind of gives you an idea of what's going to be happening with all these episodes this season, where it's going to be figuring out these trials, which is very formulaic and very safe. I think it'll be fine, but I don't think it really... I don't think it helps Marvel too much. Like, I wish Marvel was more ambitious. One thing that I really like about the Penguin show is that show is ambitious. I'm kind of surprised I've been seeing very mixed reactions on it, because it's what I think people have been saying they want, which is like, okay, comic book show, take itself seriously, exist within a genre, and try and do that genre very well. And it's doing The Sopranos very well. And some people are talking about that as if that's a problem. And that's not how I feel about it. I really like seeing Colin Farrell doing that character. And so far, I'm into it. Okay. Do I feel like I have more to contribute on that? I don't know. Alright, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried of where we're at. Alright, let's revive them. Okay, armor shred. Awesome. Okay, we got through Leia. Aphra may just turn into my Leia cleanup, at least until I get SWGOH and have a better counter. Or add relics to my Bane so my Bane can be reliable. Alright, this back wall is what I was anticipating, and I think we'll be fine. Although there are some things I wanted to try. I'm going to leave the gambles for later, because right now we could still theoretically win this thing. So the gambles, we'll see if anything else goes wrong. If something else goes wrong, then we're going to have fun. Right now, we are playing to win. Let's see how this goes. This is the next thing where the win rate on this is not great. But I think that might be because a lot of people have bad modding on this squad. So I'm hoping my modding makes the difference. Although, wait a second. We faced this before, and I did Jedi Knight Luke lead. Maybe I should do that. No, we're not going to do it. The win rate on it isn't great, and I think maybe it may have been because I wasn't going up against the CRON. I'm not going to take the time to investigate. We're just going to gamble with this. I'm just a little concerned that my Cal here is at gear 12. Definitely on that list of characters I would like to get to relics, but we're going to go with it. Because Cere Junda makes even gear 12 characters, even low star characters, pretty beefy. So I'm hoping I'm hoping. Alright. I want to take out Watt first. I'm almost feeling like that's what I want to do. Because he doesn't have protection up. So it might mean that... And we're going to chuck it, but it's not going to do anything. Alright, we're going to lose Cal in a minute. I'm going to heal myself up. I'm not feeling great. Alright, does this dispel? No, it's not going to dispel, so we're going to still have buff immunity, so we're going to just chuck this. Okay, Watt's gone. We'll do this, even though it's not going to do much. And then we're going to switch over. Don't like any of this. I hate it all. And now we'll switch over to Bastila. Okay. Keep going. Awesome. Alright. This part's been going okay. But I have been seeing nothing that makes me feel like I can win it from here. We're going to do this. Okay, we can still get bonus protection, even with the buff immunity. That's nice. Definitely good to know. I'm going to lose Cal in a second. Let's get the bonus protection. Would you leave him alone? He's the weakest one. Oh, I need riposte. I need riposte, which means I need not buff immunity. We're going to still chuck it. Okay, I know what to do. Alright, I get it. Alright, we do this to get rid of the buff immunity. But I gotta wait till this stuff resets on cooldowns. Alright, we're gonna try and time this, because now we're stuck with the buff immunity. Which means I'm glad I brought in Cal. Because without Cal, I don't know how this would go. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. I got 2 turns still. Because riposte, what that's going to do is ignore protection. But I think we're going to time out. Alright, I'm not doing this yet. I'm saving it just in case. Can it do anything ever? Okay. I think he just increased cooldowns on me, didn't he? Yeah, and we got buff immunity, so this is what I saved this ability for. Because now... Nah, he did it again. How does this win? Okay, now I think I can finally get riposte. There we go. Show me this work. Show it to me. Come on, he just isn't doing anything. It didn't have the best win rate, but it had a win rate where I felt like modding was going to make the difference, and we're just not doing anything to him. Okay, well, this means we cannot win the match. So let's just auto from here for the next 5 seconds. And we'll have some fun. Did I forget, does Wampa beat JML? It doesn't have a lead. We do have... Oh, you know what beats a JML? Oh, wait, that's in 5v5. I don't think that's going to work here. All right, let's beat this other stuff. and wrap this up. Alright, Mon Mothma, our plan was what? Okay, Malgus. Just gonna do Malgus that. Alright, let's grab a tank cron. Sure. Alright. Let's hit Mon Mothma, but maybe I want to go after Qatar, or not Mon Mothma, Pao. Alright. Okay. Alright, we got our shocks. Pao's hit. Alright, Malgus attacking Pao. Pao's in the red. Now Pao's down, but he's going to get revived right now. Oh no. Okay, yeah, because Mon Mothma's cooldowns must be being manipulated. Also, she looked like she was feared. So maybe that's why this is going to work. Okay, and okay, there's the revive. Alright, we'll take out Katarn then real quick. Just because he's vulnerable. Get myself down to an advantage to attack Pao again. I'm gonna just basic instead of doing the AoE. So I guess, does she take her turn anyway? Alright. Pao's back to the red. And there we go. Alright, great. Solid, strong counter. That is why I took Malgus off of defense, although it did look like a Darth Revan lead was also an option. Now, what else we're doing? CLS, I'm going to do what was in my plan, and the win rate on this is not great, but I'm doing it anyway. I am doing, where is he? Bam, and I believe I have Han and Chewie. Yeah, Han and Chewie, because I left Dash on defense and replaced Han and Chewie from that squad. Do I have another attacker cron? You know what? I want this attacker cron. Alright, we're going to take out Chupio first. That's usually what we do. Alright. Okay, let's move on. Just blew him up real quick and easy. Now, Qui-Gon. What was my plan with Qui-Gon? Okay, we were going to Jedi Knight Revan this. I might need to take a little break. The dogs are getting rambunctious. Probably means they want to go outside. Hey guys, you want to go? You guys want to go? How long have we been home for? How long has it been? Jedi Cron. There's no tank. Maybe we'll do this one. Just gotta play a little careful. We have a Relic 8 Jolie now, though. You know what I've started doing that I think I'm going to just do here? I'm just going to try and fourth. Okay, good. Right, he went. Let's attack Qui-Gon. Let's do buffs. I wasn't sure if that's what I wanted to do. Okay, good. Free hit. Let's attack Anakin. Great, we're good. Alright, let's swap. This is something, now that I have this Relic 8 Jolie, I've just not felt like he is any more survivable. Like, it does not feel different at all. Maybe I need to look at my modding or something, but I just feel like he dies just as easily, he's just as vulnerable to dying as he ever was. I don't know. Not recommended. At least so far. Although, you know what? Maybe I should have given him a healer cron. I didn't think about that. I gave him a Jedi cron, but the healer cron may have been great with Jolie. Okay, let us take a moment to take the dogs out. Alright, I've got ideas. I'm going to come back to this. Because Kelleran, Aphra was going to be a way I was going to deal with it. We could also do Bo-Katan Mandalore. But I want to know how this back wall is going to go first. This we're just going to Wampa. Although, I'm trying to remember if Wampa beats JML. No, he doesn't because of the increased cooldowns. No, we're not going to do Wampa. Just, yeah, here we go. Because Wampa, I mean, he obviously beats Sith Eternal Emperor. He can beat... I believe he beats JMK in a... If it's a cleanup, if it's one-on-one, I believe he beats JMK. I'm like 99% that stat makes no difference to this counter. This is auto. So what I have been watching a lot of, and it's probably a bad choice that I did this during deadlines because it's very distracting to me, is I finally gave Strange New Worlds Star Trek Strange New Worlds a watch. I hadn't watched it yet because after watching Discovery and Picard, I just have been so demoralized by Star Trek and just hating the... No, Headley. No. Headley. No. And completely hating the Akiva Goldsmith. What is up with you? What do you want? No. Oh, you want like dinner or something, don't you? We're not doing that right now. We're not doing that right now. Give me a minute. Okay? Give me a minute. We'll return to this thought. Was my plan for Saul Luthen? I was going to do Gas or Bo-Katan Mandalore here. I think we'll return to this because it's going to put me into a corner right now. We do have JML though. That's one thing I got to remember. I do have JML. Alright, let's have some fun. Oh, let's do this now. I want to do it now. This, I surprisingly haven't had an opportunity to see if this still beats Maul. And I want to see. I wish I had an attacker cron though for these guys. I don't, but maybe this? I get crit damage? I don't hate it. Because, oh, I guess, no. Let's do a tank, because JTR is a tank, right? Let's do that. Dispel yeah. I like this. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, so as I was saying, I can't stand what Akiva Goldsmith is. Akiva Goldsmith has very... I don't want to be mean. He has... a very terrible take. Oh my god, I love it when it works. Yeah, okay, good. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Although, maybe I should be going... Should I be going after the other one first? I forget. It's Super Commando who has this stuff, right? Let's do this. Yeah. So now they got the damage immunity. That's been triggered. I can dispel as soon as JTR gets her turn again. So dispelled, boom, he's gone. And next time Swolo goes, he'll be able to do the same. Let's blow him up. Awesome. Yeah, I felt like it shouldn't make a difference, but I surprisingly haven't had an opportunity to even attempt that. This is my first time that we have faced it. There's a couple times I thought we were going to. It was in my opponent's history and it didn't show up. So I'm happy. Oh, I've got Lord Vader. Why isn't Lord Vader on defense? I do all these changes to my defense and I make that mistake. Can't believe it took me until now to realize. No wonder my opponent had an easy time. Okay, whatever. And I guess I don't need to think about things anymore because he has an easy defense now. I want to do Gas here because I want to see... No, let's just do Book. It's not a Luthen Cron though. I want to see this in action. I'm going to hold on to that. We're going to use a support Cron. It's not like I need the Sabine crown right now. Let's just take it from her. Alright, so throw that out. Let's keep the taunt there. Okay, we very quickly ripped through him. Okay, we're disappointed. He's still taunting. The taunt is being quite persistent on Scarif, but he's not going to revive as soon as we take him out. Okay. Now Luthen's gone. Yeah, this is just crushed. I'm glad we used the attacker cron, because those multiple attacks made this way faster and no issue whatsoever. But it only had like an 80% win rate in the results. That's why I was a little hesitant. Alright, where's Kelleran? Kelleran, Ki-Adi-Mundi, and Anakin. I'm not going to do Anakin. Let's do Barriss. I'm going to use her Quran. What is it that I usually do? Is it Anakin? I kind of think I want Anakin just because I want a damage dealer. Oh, you know what No, I messed this up. I usually do Qui-Gon lead. I don't know if this can win. I hope it can still win. But the thing about Qui-Gon lead is he can take an aerial advantage. Hadley, wait a second. Alright, so we hit fives. Fives. Alright, Had, 1 second. Alright, what do we got going on here? Yeah, so I messed this up because this is not my counter. Yeah, see, the thing is with Qui-Gon, that would have been nullified. Like, that would have done nothing. Okay. Yeah, this is just a complete disaster from me just not remembering how I usually do this. Yeah, this is just a dumb disaster. Okay. Yeah, you're supposed to do Qui-Gon lead, and I was talking and not paying attention to what I was doing. Alright, let's just play this out. Alright, so yeah, Akiva Goldsmith, he has a person who doesn't like sci-fi's take on Star Trek. It is a take that fundamentally does not understand the property. It's one that is, I would consider contemptuous of the property. It's just like, I think Star Trek is dumb, so I'm going to do my own thing, which removes anything that people actually like about it. And then they're surprised by the reaction to it, which is, and this is not going to work. I mean, I guess there might be a miracle way in which this could work, but I don't think we're going to get to it. Yeah, no, it's not going to. If I get a stun here, maybe. I mean, we took out Finn, but no. It's always a little risky, but I like doing it anyway. I kind of want to do some crazy stuff. Yeah, you know what? Let's have fun with the new characters. Because we've already lost the match. Let's learn some stuff now. Not Remnants, I want Night Sisters. So that's not Night Sisters. Alright, Great Mother, Elsbeth, and we've been bringing in Spirit. Just fix this camera. Alright, we doom fives. Bless, Elsbeth. By next season, we're going to have... We may even... No. She just needs to be tanky, and until she's a little further along. Yeah, no, not there yet. Now, do I think... What do we have left? We have Kelleran? Okay, well, you know what? Let's try something crazy. Let's do Enoch up against Kelleran. Okay. This is so far going the way it should be. Although maybe I should be going after Barriss. Yeah, let's dispel. Clear that foresight. Yeah, it's just that foresight I think is going to be causing problems. The heal is causing problems too. Because that... Okay, now Enoch's gone. Now it's over. Because this is not unavailable, right? Yeah. Yeah, no. Maybe without Barriss, not with Barriss. don't... See, if they weren't recovering and losing all the blight, but it's the losing the blight. We're going to do an attack, but it's not going to do enough. Yeah, see, he has to have blight for that to do anything. I just don't know how many opportunities I'm going to get to do it. Okay. Well, now Barris has 3, 7, but she's got foresight now. Alright, we're going to basic. I'm hoping I get a chance to do it. No, we're not going to, because she's got foresight again. Yeah, no. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, are we just going to clear the rest of this? Is there anything more fun to do? Any more crons? Yeah, those are all the new teams. So I think... Alright, I think we're going to do Lord Vader here, right? I can't believe I made this mistake. Alright, speed up. Do I have a protection up one? Yeah, here we go. I guess I should have a tank if I'm going to do that. I guess no, not really. What if I did that? Vader? Let's do this. This would be boring. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, the thought I keep trying to get to about the Star Trek Strange New Worlds, like, Discovery first season, watchable. I wasn't crazy about it, but there were some moments where I was like, okay, this is kind of doing what it needs to be doing. Should I have brought in, like, Armor Shred? Season 2, I didn't like. I found some things really dumb about it. Like, one of the things I like about Star Trek is that it takes the science relatively seriously. Like, obviously there's some just completely crazy dumb stuff within it, but there's certain things like how warp works. That is a scientifically functional idea where, like, the speed that you can travel through space can be somewhat backed up by math. Versus, because warp speed is like a percentage of light travel. Versus hyperspace in Star Wars, which is just whatever. It's magic. It's science magic. It works. It does whatever. The functionality of it is completely arbitrary and beside the point. But Star Trek does make an effort to, like, here's how shields work. Here's what the deflector array is. Here's how warp speed kind of works. It also has, like, the Romulans. They have their engines work on a small singularity, and, like, that's all based in actual theoretical science. And that is how Star Trek is typically functioned during the whole, like, Brannon Braga era, and the Gene Roddenberry era, and the Rick Berman era, where it's had, even while being absurd, there was enough there that was functional and you could at least have a thought exercise about. That is not true about Discovery and Picard. It's all science magic, and it's all dumb. And season 2 of Star Trek Discovery, like, within the galaxy, there is a limitation to the amount of area within the galaxy that you can actually travel and occupy. And the Star Trek universe, for the majority of it, has been limited to the alpha and beta quadrants, because you're dividing up the galaxy into 4 quadrants. And Earth lies near the border of the alpha and beta quadrants, and that is all these starships are capable of exploring. Then when you add in wormholes, then you're able to go into the gamma and delta quadrants, and explore a little bit more, but not much more. Like, it's still a little bit limited, and there are still limitations on how far you can go. That's why Voyager getting stranded in the Delta Quadrant, their plan for them to return to Earth space was it was going to take them like 75 years or something like that in order for them to travel that distance if they're going at maximum warp. And things happen that allow them to do it faster, but the limit of their own warp drive is still something that is grounded. None of this matters to Akiva Goldsman. It's just nonsense. They throw it all out in Star Trek. In season 2, it's, oh, you can just hop around the galaxy. None of it means anything. And they come up with their own reasons for how that happens, but it's dumb. I don't want to hear it. It's just they didn't want to be limited by the restrictions of previous Trek, so they just wanted to do whatever their own thing. And it's something about like even the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies that it's just, I don't even want to go down that tangent. It makes me so irritated. Let's use this, CRON. And Picard, that was dumb for the same and different reasons. Part of it though is because like Patrick Stewart has dumb ideas about Star Trek and doesn't understand his own character. And has never understood his character. He's always wanted Picard to be more action-oriented. This is part of the reason why First Contact, which is a movie I love, is a little bit more action-oriented, because Picard wanted his character to be, or Patrick Stewart wanted his character to be a little bit different. This is why I'm going after him first. Where am I? I'm getting distracted. But the Picard show, it's just Patrick Stewart wanting to do his own thing. He didn't want the original cast in there for the most part. He just wanted his control. He laid out the plot and everything, and it is his fault. It is so terrible. At least a large percentage of his fault, because he was unwilling to do it unless he got certain concessions for how the story would go. And it was dumb, and I stopped watching it after season 1. It was irritating, and I didn't like it. Are you just not going to go down? Did I need to bring in Cal Kestis, and I'm going to suffer the consequences of not bringing in Cal Kestis? Is that what's going on here? Come on. Now, Lower Decks, the animated series, that show is made by people who like Star Trek. It's funny. It's done with a ton of love. And they know the lore. And that's part of the reason why it's funny. They're doing things that actively respect the lore. Oh my God, would you just die? She's gonna, okay, finally. Oh my God. All right, now I can go back to not paying attention to what I'm doing. Okay, we can hit auto. Where was I? Okay, so Lower Decks, great, very funny. If you like Star Trek at all and you like funny animated things, then you're gonna love Lower Decks. Highly recommend it. But Strange New Worlds, particularly after season 2 of Discovery, where they did have aspects of this cast, like they had Spock, they had Captain Pike, they had Mystique as number 1. All of that was adequate. I didn't really want those characters in the show. I was fine with it, but the reason I didn't want them in the show is it's the type of thing that like an insecure producer does because they don't trust their own property, so they want to just get things that they think people care about and throw it into the show. But it's never the case. People don't care about that kind of stuff. They just want something that's good, and throwing in things that we liked before doesn't make us like the new property more. It reminds us what we liked about the other property and not the thing that we're actively watching. But the casting and stuff I like Anson Mount is the guy who plays Captain Pike, and he's very good. He played Black Bolt in the Inhumans TV show, and they brought him in for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. And he's great, and I like him. I liked him as Black Bolt, even though I never watched that show. I liked him in I like him as Black Bolt because he looks like the character. It does feel like good casting, but for a character who doesn't speak, like that, there's limitations on how much you can really say he was doing a good job. Even though I think he did fine. But Captain Pike, he does a lot, and he's great. What are we doing here? I just want to wrap this up. We'll do a tank run. Do I want to... I just want to get rid of fives. I wonder if I should have brought in, like, armor. No, we're getting through fives quick. It's great. Alright, let's take out fives with this. It's unfortunate that some of the things we wanted to play with didn't work. But I guess with this, we just messed up. I just used the wrong squad. Yeah, so Strange New Worlds, they finally fixed it, and they finally made a live-action show that felt like what Star Trek feels like. It's the right execution, the right kinds of stories, the right kind of philosophy, and it is not a show that looks like it's made by people who dislike Star Trek. It looks like a show and feels like a show made by people who like Star Trek. And that is really what you're looking for in these things. How are we cleaning this up? Do I care? I don't really care. Is there anything fun left? Well, you know what? We have one fun thing left. I do have a cron we can do. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, yes, we can. Yes, we can. I brought him up to Relic 5. We can do it now. Although this is not like the true functionality, like parts of this kit turn off when Dark Troopers with Zerg. But I feel like we'll get enough to get a sense of things. Not that there's a leadership in this particular match. Yeah, so I've been crushing Strange New Worlds after I've now finally given it a chance. I just feel like I didn't want to be hurt again. You know, I watched too much of Discovery and Picard, and I was so excited when Discovery came out. I was just like, yes. I refused. I didn't even want to talk about it. I didn't even want to engage with the Paramount app and Paramount Plus because of how upset I was with them for ruining Star Trek. Was not happy about it. I don't feel any difference right now. This all feels the same. Yeah, this, like, we'll eventually get there, but okay, here we go. Yeah, so of all the shows that I've like not finished, that I'm one episode away from being done with Invincible, and this was months ago. It's not even like a long episode. I could just wrap it up, finish Acolyte. Just all these things are just so demotivated. All right, what do we got here? Did I click on Raddus? That's not what I want to do. All right. So when it comes to Star Trek, the utopian ideals of Star Trek, for people who like it, it's not a flaw. That is the feature. Like Star Wars, what makes something Star Trek is more the philosophy than anything else. You can set it in different venues in different places, but it's the ideals and behavior and attitudes. I was supposed to target I can't see. This is why I don't talk and play. Because I'm making all sorts of mistakes by talking and playing. Star Wars, though, I feel is much more flexible. Star Wars is a world. And within that world, there's a lot you can do. You can play with that world. I do not feel like that is true with a property like Star Trek. Like, you can't... Like, they keep trying, but am I going to die? I feel like I cannot. I'm going to lose the defender. Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, this is why I can't talk and do this. Yeah, no, it's... We lost the defender. It's honestly kind of over at this stage. I need to take out the interceptor because this is actually a really hard fleet to clean up with the interceptor, but I know I can't do it with these ships left, so I'm kind of hoping... Yeah, no, it's just not going to happen. And I can't take him... Yeah, he's going to just die. Whatever, let's get out of here. The thing is, I don't know if I would have had any shot at beating this if I played it correctly. But I definitely didn't play it correctly because I was talking. I feel like I would have still lost it. Because I didn't make that big of a mistake. Like, I did make one mistake with a TIE fighter. I should have targeted one of the other ships, but... That's not the reason we lost that. Alright. This... We got the Negotiator. Alright, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do the Profundity now, and I'm going to hate it. I do not want to do it. I also don't know how to properly play this, because I've never bothered to learn how people who use the Profundity to counter this thing do it, and I'm sure I don't have the relic levels to do it. I'm just hoping that with the bomber gone, we'll be fine. We're going after the interceptor. Okay. Alright, we went through one. Okay, good. Alright. Now we can clean it up with whatever. If we end up losing anything. Yeah, I want to spell... Which one of these do I consider the bigger threat? Let's just try and take him out first. Okay. We're going to lose the Outrider. Yeah, that's bad. Because it means we probably can't get to an alt, and he's gonna get to his stuff first. But if we can take out everything else, we might have a little bit of a shot. Yeah, so I was having a long-winded version of saying it that didn't make any sense. But what I'm trying to say is Star Wars is a place. Star Trek is not a place. It is an attitude. And when you try and not utilize that attitude within Star Trek, you just make generic sci-fi that is not really interesting. And there's no reason you should be watching it, and it's bad. And I hate it. like, one of the things I like about Star Wars is there's a lot of freedom to try other things within it. Like, you can try, like, they haven't done a lot of this, but there's room to do horror, there's room to do mystery, there's room to do comedy, there's room to do action and drama. All of that works within Star Wars and is just as legitimate, because what matters about Star Wars is the setting and the parties that exist within it. Alright, we're down to 15. Let's just auto. Yeah, they're going to take me out, and we'll clean it up with whatever. We've done what we needed to do. The only thing I'm worried about is I'm going to be doing Negotiator up against the Executor, and the triple attacker lineup I think is risky. I don't do as well up against this version, and I should watch a video, and I shouldn't. You know what? Let's not use Anakin, because that's part of the reason we always lose that. Who do we want to do? Do I want it to be Ahsoka? 5s? Let's do Rex. And let's bring it in a full lineup. I shouldn't have done that. I may need extra ships to clear things. Alright, where are you at? IG-2000, let's try and take you out. Alright, take him out. Good. I brought in Rex first for the turn meter. Let's get rid of the tenacity up and all that other junk. Alright, we're taking some hits. Marking him is great. I don't care about you. You know what? Let's just do that. I should just... I don't care. Alright. I still want Plo. I want the turn meter. Alright. I think that turn I took up against Qadme at one point was just a waste and I shouldn't have done it. That I'm fine with. I don't care. Yeah, Plo can die. What's basic? I'm tempted to bring out Ahsoka. Offense up. You know what? We're gonna do this. It's because of the offense up I did it. Because what I want is when the capital ship goes... Fine. Yeah, capital ship goes, we'll just blow up Slave 1. What? That didn't take out Slave 1? Are they going to get the alt off and just really annoy me? Because he doesn't have reinforcements anymore, but the problem is... I'm bringing in Ahsoka. I'm a little worried maybe we should use the bombs. Because he's going to blow me up. But we might be able to take out Houndstooth with Ahsoka. I don't think we're going to. Yes, okay. That's... We can clean it up with anything now. We're fine. Definitely this. Definitely this. Whatever. I don't like any of this. Can you let me take out the Razor Crest? Let me take out the crest. Okay, good. Fine. Fine. Alright, we're good. Alright, and I don't have enough fleets left. Because this is what I gotta do here. I need to have enough ships. I don't know if I have enough ships. That's enough, right? Okay. I need to mess up the cooldowns on this fleet. And I'm a little concerned that these ships are going to last too long. We're just doing basics. I want to die real quick. Because I don't have relics on my Raddus, so my Raddus is not great. Alright, take him out quick, please. Great. That should be enough for cooldowns to be messed up. So we are definitely submitting. Because now I can bring in my Raddus. I haven't done this in a long time. But this used to be a move I made. Because here's what's going to happen. With his cooldowns messed up, his fleet's not going to function as well. Okay. So he's doing a bunch of stuff. Alright, that's fine. Okay, fine. Yeah, we're going to dispel that. I want to recover. Because I don't want to die. We're doing abilities to get to work on our specials. Now we are bringing out the comeuppance. I'm going to blow him up. Good. Now we're going to attack his Falcon. Well, no, we're going to still use a special. He has Foresight, but I don't care because we're using specials. What we want to do is... let's take him out. Not quite. Take him out. Okay, good. Alright, he's brought out his comeuppance. Now I'm shifting to Deflector Shield. Alright. We wobble. It's fine. I'm a little concerned about that expose, but whatever. We're going to bring out now the Sergeant, because now we get a tank again, and they can't attack who they want. Alright. I know a lot of people start with Poe on the front lines. I think it's the Resistance fighter. I think that is a wrong... Yeah, is this evadable? Yeah, it can't be evaded. Alright, let's do this. One of you guys want to maybe attack? Oh my god. Alright, good. That worked out fine. Now here, I think we can just home on it. Where you at? Here we go. That was just auto. Yo. We're gonna get our full clear. But it's why after I saw the banner total put up, I thought it was very unlikely that I just felt like we were gonna get held up somewhere. And even if I would have been able to one-shot squads fleet here, no. And I'm not even talking about the Chimera thing. Had that even worked, we would have been held up somewhere else. No, I guess that's not true. Because then I would have just Profunditied the Executor, and then I would have used the Negotiator up against Raddus. No. It's all this happened because of the Chimera. Alright. 1880. God, look at that banner difference. Not great. Congrats Congrats, the Legend. Tough defense, very strong roster. Arguably the first or second best roster in the bracket. And I'm guessing more a Kyber 1 player who drops down to Kyber 2 during 3v3 and then starts climbing up. Because he didn't play Master in the first week of the season. And we'll wrap it up there. I think... there's a video that I think I might try and do later this week. We'll see. We got a roster video coming up, and then maybe another video, assuming CG doesn't do anything. But we got deadlines. But thank you for watching. Be excellent to each other, everybody. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.